What is under the earth? Have you ever thought that if we dig straight down, where will we end up? Are the roots of trees, deep tunnels, vast mines, burning sea of magma, and the core of the earth present in this earth? Or is there something else? Today, we are going to embark on an exciting journey inside the earth and are going to discover the secrets hidden in the depths of the earth. So get ready with me, because this journey will take you to a unique world. Friends, what is inside the earth? We will understand it in simple language, but to fully understand the earth, I have covered some main points in this video. Do watch it. First of all, let's start. From the topmost level of the earth, where we live, and at this place, about 80% of the creatures of the earth live. However, there is a lot of discrepancy in this figure. If you go about 1 to 2 feet below it, you will find domestic rats, insects, and rodents, which are found at a depth of 1 to 2 feet, and at this depth, you will find the home of common ants. At a depth of 10 feet, you will find the nest of the Norwegian rat. These are wild rats that easily survive at this depth, and at this depth you will find the roots of ordinary trees. Along with this, you will also see a water pipeline along with the roof of the buildings. At a depth of 10-15 feet, you will see the Nile crocodile. At a depth of 32 feet, you will see the Q-Chi Tunnel, which was built by the soldiers during the Vietnam War. At a depth of 65 feet, you will find the Paris Catacombs Cemetery, which houses the graves of more than 6 million people. This cemetery dates back to the 18th century, and this grave is also from that time. At a depth of 80 feet, you will see the London Underground Metro Station. At a depth of 164 feet, you will see the Melbourne Sewer Tunnel, which is so wide that a car can be driven in it. At a depth of 197 feet, you will see the deepest swimming pool in the world, which is called Deep Dive, which is present in Dubai. At a depth of 217 feet, you will see the end of the roots of the mesquite tree, which goes so deep in search of water. However, at a depth even lower than this, you will see the roots of a tree, which is called the wild fig tree. This tree is such a tree on Earth whose roots go to the deepest. When you go to a depth of 500 feet, you will see a hotel at the same depth, which is called the Sala Silver Mine Underground Hotel. This is the deepest hotel in the world, where the temperature is between 2 and 3 degrees Celsius. There is no electricity, no network, and no Wi-Fi at the bottom of it, just the light of a candle where you can spend a peaceful moment. Friends, if you like the video, then do like it. Even lower than this, when you go to a depth of 950 feet, you will see the Ryfast Tunnel, which is made in Norway. This tunnel passes under the sea. It is made for about 10,000 cars. Even lower than this, when you reach a depth of 2,150 feet, you will see a plant made by America, where radioactive waste is collected, so that the next generation does not become a victim of the radiation coming out of it. Natural salt is found in this plant, which covers the radioactive material and seals it. Even lower than this, that is, when you go to a depth of 7,257 feet, you will see the deepest cave in the world, which is known as the Varyovkina Cave, which is located in Georgia. When you go to a depth of 8,038 feet, you will see the deepest tunnel in the world, which is known as the Gotthard Base Tunnel. This tunnel is located below the Alps of Switzerland. And in Europe, it has been built to make rail transportation convenient. It was built in an area where crossing the mountains was a big challenge. When you go down 2,500 feet, you will see the Kolar Gold Mine, which is located in Karnataka. Gold was mined from this mine. Currently, this mine has been closed. A super hit film like KZF is related to this mine. When you go to a depth of 12,000 feet, you will meet the insect that lives in the deepest part of the earth, which is called devil worm. These insects survive in the depths of so much heat and so little oxygen. When you come to a depth of 4 kilometers below, that is, 13,123 feet, you get to see the deepest mine in the world, which is known as the Mponen Gold Mine, which is located in South Africa. The purest gold in the world is mined from this mine. The temperature of this mine goes above 60 degrees Celsius. Working here becomes a big challenge for humans. However, people always take risks for their hungry stomachs. This is the place where humans have reached the deepest part of the earth. That is, you can clearly say that humans have been able to go 4 kilometers inside the earth. But its minerals have gone much deeper than this. When you go as far as 9 kilometers inside the earth, you get to see the bottom of the KTB borehole. It was built by Germany. It was built to understand the crust of the earth, where its bottom temperature had reached 220 degrees Celsius. But there is another borehole below it, which is known as the Kola Super Deep, which is in Russia. Its depth is around 12 kilometers. This is the only hole in the world created by humans that no one has been able to go beyond, because drilling began to melt, to go deeper than this. Friends, we went further than this, but before that, you should know about the crust of the earth, because you cannot enjoy the journey without knowing it. As you can see on the screen, the crust of the earth is divided into 4 parts. The first layer is called the crust. The second is called the mantle. The third is called the outer core. And the fourth is called the inner core. So far, our journey is going on in the crust layer of the earth, which is about 30 to 70 kilometers thick. If we go below 70 kilometers, we come to the mantle layer of the earth, which is as thick as 2,900 kilometers. But it is completely different from the land of the crust. It can be divided into 2 parts, the upper mantle and the inner mantle. The upper mantle is up to 660 kilometers below, which is in liquid foam. And this is where volcanoes are born. While the inner mantle is 2,900 kilometers deep from the surface of the earth, which is solid due to pressure, but it flows slowly. The temperature of the mantle ranges from 1,000 degrees Celsius to 3,700 degrees Celsius. After this, when we go beyond the depth of 2,900 kilometers, we see the outer layer of the core, which is as thick as 2,200 kilometers. It contains molten nickel and iron, whose temperature ranges from 4,000 degrees Celsius to 5,500 degrees Celsius. This layer is so hot that no solid object can stay here. This layer helps to create a magnetic field of the earth, which protects us from the dangerous rays of the sun. As we go deeper than 5,000 kilometers, we see the inner core of the earth, which is made of nickel and iron, whose temperature is 5,200 degrees Celsius to 6,000 degrees Celsius. This temperature is as much as the surface of the sun. However, due to excessive pressure, it is in a very tough state. Some scientists say that this ball-like core rotates slowly, which creates a magnetic field. It is usually said that metals melt from the inner core and outer core and reach the crust of the earth through the mantle core, from where we humans extract them. Iron, copper, nickel, magnesium, aluminum, gold, and silver are included in this core, which is mainly used to extract volcanoes and tectonic plates. Now, if all the layers are joined together, the total depth of the Earth is more than 6,300 kilometers. Because when you go beyond this depth, you will see the opposite core coming, such as the inner core, outer core, mantle core, and then the crust, which you will cross and reach some other part of the earth. Let me tell you a practical example. Take a look at it carefully. Suppose we make a tunnel from this part of the earth and come to this part and jump into this tunnel. Can we get out of this hole? There is no answer to this. Because when you jump from one place, you will go down very fast. And after reaching the other end, you will fall into the same tunnel again. And this process will continue for some time and will gradually decrease. And there will come a time when you will hang in the middle of the earth, because the gravity of the earth is in the center, which will not let you come here or here. Isn't it interesting? Friends, I had to use my brain to make this video, and then this video was ready. If you found this video helpful, then do like it. And if there is any confusion, you can ask through the comments.